Race 6, and the winner here was Vanuatu, beating Palmerston, and Opal's Sun finishes third. Vanuatu was the favourite at 9-4. Here's the replay of that race coming up now. Vanuatu, Palmerston and Opal's Sun.
To the back and then by Talking Words. Back towards the rear, Folk Glen, followed by Opal's Sun and Winter Harbour last of all. Around the first turn, Palmerston led from Vanuatu and Listerfield, a length away on the outside, Talking Words. Then Trojan King back along the fence, further back in the field, then on the outside to Folk Glen. Opal's Sun was next, then Prince Loom out deep on the track. Well back in the field is Winter Harbour, and dropping out to the rear is Beyond Reason. Down the side, Palmerston led by 3/4, Vanuatu travelling nicely. In third placing is Talking Words. Out deeper on the track, Folk Glen. Listerfield looking for a run with Trojan King. Winter Harbour's running on about 6 deep, followed by Prince Loom and Opal's Sun. Near the turn, Palmerston still in front by a half length here to on the outside Vanuatu. A length and a half Trojan King, followed further back in the field by Listerfield. Out deeper, Winter Harbour running on fairly well, followed by Opal's Sun. But in the straight, Palmerston holding the lead. Vanuatu trying to pick it up on the outside. Vanuatu drew level with Palmerston near the line, and Vanuatu coming away. Won by about a neck from Palmerston. Third home, Opal's Sun. Then Listerfield from Trojan King. Further back, Winter Harbour, Beyond Reason.
Race 7, and the winner was Somoy, beating the favourite Raw Ricky Rose. She looked a special coming to the corner, Raw Ricky Rose, and she died on a run over the final part, and Thompson was able to kick Somoy away and go on and score easily. Welshar finishes third.
A half-length swinging held 3 deep. 3/4 then to Welshar, followed further back in the field by Somoy, getting a split up in the centre. It's travelling well, the steeplechaser. A length away, Exotic Rock, followed by Society Man. Raw Ricky Rose now getting into the clear and making ground quickly, and further back Alpha Regis, Collinstown, and well back is True Cole. Arctic Eclipse in front at the 400, about to be tackled by Somoy. Over on the inside, Count Rosa battling back, and here's Raw Ricky Rose coming around the outside very quickly. Further back, Welshar and Society Man. Somoy took the lead on the turn. Raw Ricky Rose, the danger on the outside. 2 lengths, Arctic Eclipse, Welshar, and further back, Count Rosa. Somoy travelling well on the turn, got away by a length and a half on Raw Ricky Rose. Then Welshar and Arctic Eclipse, but the Grand National Steeple winner, Somoy, is doing it well inside the 100. It's 3 in front of Raw Ricky Rose, and Somoy's much too good. Somoy came away to win by 4 lengths to Raw Ricky Rose. 3 away third, Welshar from Arctic Eclipse, Society Man.
Now, the final event of the day, and a big finish coming up here, and the honours at the end going to Corobeau, beating Abel Arcale, and third home was Chesterfield. Shadowmenio was the favourite, starting at 4-1. It was a great finish, all right, with horses stretched all over the track in the last 50 metres of the race, with Corobeau just doing a shade the better, going on to win by a half length.
Rainbow up on the outside of Nordica, and Gate Trebo the centre, a length to Abel Arcale, racing together with Miss Fearless. Further back is Noble Comment, followed by Love Bandit, hooked to the outside, then Palamine, Coiro Trelay, and down a road is last of all. 800 to go down the side. Just a Boy by a length and a half, Shadowmenio. Moving up on the outside, Royal Asset, followed further back in the field by Corobeau. 2 lengths, Chesterfield, Touch a Rainbow. Then came Miss Fearless, starting to make ground from Abel Arcale, Gay Trebo, Nordica. Further back then, Noble Comment, and down a road badly needs a run. 500 to go. Royal Asset moved up on the outside of Just a Boy to take the lead now from Corobeau. Shadowmenio still there on the centre. Chesterfield hooked to the outsides, running on, followed by Touch a Rainbow, Nordica. Then further back, Abel Arcale and down a road. On the home turn, a great go here. Shadowmenio took the lead from Royal Asset. Corobeau's joining in, and Chesterfield's running on strongly. Further back, Just a Boy, Nordica going for a run. Abel Arcale getting a split in the centre. What a finish coming up here. Corobeau in front, Chesterfield and Abel Arcale trying to pick it up. Corobeau holding the lead, and Corobeau got the money. A half length to Abel Arcale, Chesterfield third, then Shadowmenio.
Now, the TAB information from the meeting yesterday at Moonee Valley. Winning combination for the double and treble, 517 Magic King, Manikato, Somoy. The double paid $22.95, and the treble paid $224.40. The extra double, number 3 Vanuatu and number 9 Corobeau, paid $13.40. That was the favourite. Our Shout at 9-4.
Cleared away to lead by a length or more over Court Ridge. 2 lengths away, Our Shout taking closer order on the outside of Lord Turkestan. Lost Valley is just behind those, and anxiously inside from Imperial Rain. And a break in the field of Dark Air, King Purple and Brigalow as they turn the corner. Inside the 400, Our Shout is out after Regal Biscay. On the outside is Aces, followed by Lost Valley, Imperial Rain and Royal Equerry threading its way through. Our Shout has claimed Regal Biscay at the 200. Imperial Rain is coming quickly, and so too is the grey Brigalow. Brigalow is going after Our Shout with 100 to run. Imperial Rain down the outside. Brigalow reached the lead from Imperial Rain, and Brigalow's going to win. One for the bookies. Brigalow scored from Imperial Rain. Our Shout. Aces was the next.
The second event was won by Top of the Pack. This beautifully bred colt by Kaoru Star had a better draw. Full brother to full-on Aces, and he was a big street corner tip. He led all the way and started the favourite at 9-4.
And 2 lengths away is Irish Zephyr. They're followed by Dear Diane over on the inside with a nice run, and further back in the race, Flashing Diva from Europeana as they turn the corner. Royal Hamlet out wide with Irish Zephyr, and Attained is down the centre of the track, racing to the 200, top of the pack in front. Dear Diane's got the split, but top of the pack is booted. Medeo on the outside from Dear Diane. They're under the whip, followed by Attained and Bold Trio. Top of the pack with 100 left to run is nicely clear of Medeo and Dear Diane. They can't do any better, and the wraps were right. Top of the pack is too good. Top of the pack, 2.5 to Medeo. Good go for third between Bold Trio or Dear Diane, followed by...
Race 3, the winner was Entre Nous at 10-1, beating Sing for Supper, and Mason Dixon finishes third. The unplaced favourite here, equal favourites, or Caliph rather, was the favourite starting at 5-4 and finished down the line. Here's the replay coming up now.
$1 the inside, followed by Khalifa as they start to pack on the corner from Copperlock, and Dicey's well back into the straight, and Sing for Supper is the leader, a length on Chesington. Mason Dixon, here's All Zam issuing a threat on the outside. Our Leprechaun down on the rails, followed by Dark Discussion, and Khalifa's out very wide. Sing for Supper is still there at the 200. Mason Dixon trying hard. Our Leprechaun, Khalifa, and Entre Nous is getting clear through the centre. Entre Nou's the one going home better than Sing for Supper. Entre Nous grabs the lead, and Entre Nous wins the money. Entre Nous got up to beat Sing for Supper. 2 lengths away third is Mason Dixon from Splash a Dollar.
Now to the Peter Pan Stakes, and the win by Cossack Prince beating Northern Reward. Northern Reward lunges at Cossack Prince right on the line, just misses him. Thought the run by Pochinella was good, picking up good ground at the end.
Grosvenor is back behind those looking for a split, followed by Morna Lower. Next in the runners, Northern Reward. Into the straight they come. Joel Semino reached the lead from Captain Piper. Grosvenor's angling for a run. Cossack Prince on the inside. Grosvenor was cut out. Joel Semino in front. Cossack Prince was joining at Northern Reward. Oh, Grosvenor got flattened. Joel Semino in front of Cossack Prince, getting to it. Northern Reward flashing home. Cossack Prince reached the lead. Northern Reward diving at it. Cossack Prince in front, and he's got the money. Cossack Prince, he ran out on the line, but he got the prize from Northern Reward in a photo. Third home, Joel Semino from Pochinella.
Race 5, the winner was More Mink, just getting up in the last little bit to beat the favourite Cargo. More Mink starting at 6-1, Cargo at 9-4. Lloydsville finishes third in the race. Here's the replay now.
Colburn Storm, and at the tail is Royal Scenario. At the 700 now, and for the leader is Papagano, a couple on Cargo, which is creeping closer from Cobbler's Fair, Rio de Janeiro, Born Red, and Lloydsville. Bourbon Boy has had to be pulled back, and it's out about 6 or 7 deep as they turn. For Colburn Storm is well back, and so is Zing Along from Royal Scenario. Into the straight, Papagano's joined by Cargo at the 300. They're clear now of Rio de Janeiro. More Mink's running on stylishly on the outside from Royal Scenario. Cargo's in front. More Mink at the 200 is the immediate threat, but Cargo's going well. More Mink under the whip is starting to close the gap as Cargo is sitting down the grey. More Mink moved to Cargo. Cargo and More Mink are going stride for stride. Little More Mink and Cargo, they split it, one up, one down. More Mink or Cargo. 2 lengths away third is Lloydsville from Rio de Janeiro.
Race 6, the Flying, and Ideal Planet, returning from his successful campaign here in Brisbane, scored a first-up win, beating the favourite Razor Sharp, and Tuna 2 finishes third.
Away is Granite King. Grey receivers on the inside of High Classic, and Tuna 2 is out about 6 deep. Into the straight, short of 400 to go. Razor Sharp in front. Ideal Planet is threatening quickly on the outside. It's Ideal Planet and Razor Sharp locked together. They've kicked away. Razor Sharp's beaten, I'd say. Ideal Planet raced a long neck in front of Razor Sharp under the whip, giving plenty. It's Ideal Planet in front of Razor Sharp, and Tuna 2, and Ideal Planet's proving too good. Ideal Planet wins by a neck on the line to Razor Sharp. 2.5 away third was Tuna 2 from Grey Receiver High.
Race 7, another winner here for Tommy Smith. Ngaiambin beating Prince Granada, and Macro Boy finishes third. Macro Boy was the favourite starting at 3-1. Thought he had every chance. He was held up for a run in the straight, but he seemed to get clear in time.
Broke out at the 800, holding third, Macro Boy from Ngaiambin, Christian Prince and Happy Landing. Next is Conqueror on the inside, and they're followed by Cool Cobbler. Moss Gill has been awkwardly placed and has dropped back to centre field, going badly at the moment from Prince Granada. Next on the inside is the fun of it, Grey Receiver and Hot Image as they turn the corner. 450 out, and Paris Gold 3/4 on Undertone. Ngaiambin moving up 3 wide. Macro Boys angling for the inside, and here's Christian Prince into the fray. Further out is Cool Cobbler, and next is Conqueror, followed by Prince Granada, and Moss Gill can't win. Ngaiambin grab Paris Gold as they race to the 200. Between them is Macro Boy. Prince Granada coming home fairly from Christian Prince. It's Ngaiambin in front. Prince Granada and Macro Boy are getting to it. Ngaiambin in front of Prince Granada near home. Ngaiambin hanging on, and Ngaiambin beat Prince Granada. Third home in the race was Macro Boy from Conqueror, the fun of it.
Now, the last race of the day, and the favourite just getting home here, Castle Town. He swept up to them with about 50 metres to go. Looks sure to score easily, but then Toxo fought back gamely and ran the favourite to a half head.
Fantastic Planet and Pavilion into the straight, and Marula shaken up in front of Lady Betwixt. McGlinchey is getting to a Toxo on the outside, and here comes Castletown. Castletown is swamping them out wide. Further back in the race is Cabramatta Jack. Castletown's running all over the ship. McGlinchey and Toxo are fighting back. Castletown won't go straight. Toxo's joined it. Castletown coming again. Toxo's running it out. Toxo, Castletown hit it. Oh, nearly a dead heat, Toxo and Castletown. Hold your briefs, though. Third home was McGlinchey, followed on the fence.
He probably would have been a little unlucky had he been beaten Castletown, because he wanted to run about a fair bit in the straight there. Now, the TAB information from the Sydney program. Winning combination 4, 1 and 3. Cossack, Prince, more Mink, Ngaiambin, 23.25 the double, and the treble paid $153.10. That was Sydney, and after this break, we'll be back with Melbourne.
You know, cleaning up outside can be hard work. But here's the easy way.
Steeple, and the winner here was Elanora Girl. We haven't seen her since her great performance in the Grand National. She started the 5-4 favourite yesterday and raced along out in front and scored pretty easily. Viv's Choice looked a bit of a chance halfway down the straight, but she held Viv's Choice pretty easily right on the post.
Third, followed further back by El Palada, who's running on. Then 2 or 3 to Akara's Lad and Waikato King, but Elanora Girl got well clear nearing the turn. 2 jumps to go. She's about 3 in front of Viv's Choice, who's battling on. Then came Wainui, followed by El Palada and Akara's Lad. Over the second last, Elanora Girl about 6 in front of Viv's Choice and Wainui. She's only got to get over the last Elanora Girl. She comes to it. She didn't jump it too well. Wainui fell. El Palada got badly checked. Elanora Girl, the leader at the 200. Viv's Choice is battling on in second placing. Elanora Girl still 3 in front of Viv's Choice, nearing the line. And Elanora Girl is much too good. Not ridden out with a whip, and Elanora Girl goes down the line to win by 3 lengths to Viv's Choice. About 15 lengths away, third, Akara's Lad. 6 to El Palada, followed by...
The second event, the winner here, the greatest, wears down Murbell in the straight. Murbell gave bookies a big sight, a 200 to 1 shot. Was hanging on gamely, but the greatest just a little too strong at the end. The greatest firm from 12 to 1 into start at 7s. Temperist, the unplaced favourite, at 15 to 4.
Travelling okay by a half length, the greatest. 2 lengths away, third, Candle in the Wind. Further back is My Julie, followed then by Kairana. Running home fairly is Temptress, and Rayonia down the outside starting to get home now, and Skyrunner from a long way back. But at the 200, Marebell tackled by the greatest. They're 3 in front of Candle in the Wind. Down the outside, Skyrunner and Rayonia. But the greatest took the lead with 100 metres to go. They're well clear of the rest, and the greatest is going down the line to win by a 3/4 to Marebell. Tight for third, Candle in the Wind. Got there just in front of Skyrunner. Then Temptress.
The third event of the winner was Somerset Nile, beating the favourite Kimberley Prince. He did look home just after they straightened up Kimberley Prince. He kicked away from them, and it looked as though he'd score at that stage, but Somerset Nile had come from a long way back in the field, swamped Kimberley Prince close to home and went on to score easily. Wellshire finishes third.
Down the side, 700 to go, and Our Approval now takes up the running. Joined by Our Girl Lou on the outside. Shillelagh Echo still there on the fence, and 4 deep Kimberley Prince. 2 lengths to Wellshire, followed further back by Canadian Bay. Blue Prelate's made a fast run around the outside, and Straight Melody next with Max Indian. And further back is Maybe Autumn and Somerset Nile. In the straight, Kimberley Prince out wide, took the lead now. Got away from Wellshire and Our Approval. Running on Somerset Nile, followed by Canadian Bay, Straight Melody and Blue Prelate. It's Kimberley Prince in front, Somerset Nile the danger on the outside. Raced up to it quickly with 100 to go. Shot to the lead, Somerset Nile, and is starting to come away. Kimberley Prince battling on second, followed on the outside by Canadian Bay. But 2 lengths Kimberley Prince. Wellshire got third just in front of Canadian Bay, then Our Girl Lou straight.
Now the fourth event, and the winner was Fiesta Star. Landed a big plunge too, 7 to 2 into 7 to 4 Fiesta Star, and beat Silver Fancy and Check the Deck, finishes third in the race. Fiesta Star had to work hard at the end, but got there. Silver Fancy second and Check the Deck third.
Down near the 800 down the side, and Reckless Duke moved away by a length and a half to Check the Deck, and 2 lengths Fiesta Star. A length Trojan King on the outside of Bright Man, and Algar still making ground but very wide. Silver Fancy in the centre, followed by Magic King, and further back in the field Cool River. Over on the rails Sandstock, 2 lengths Nasidi, followed by Princely Legend Friction, and 4 lengths to Count the Take. In the straight, Reckless Duke joined by Check the Deck. Fiesta Star out after them out in the centre. Go over near the inside, Bright Man and Silver Fancy running on, and further back is Algar from Trojan King. But in the straight at the 200, it's Check the Deck in front. Fiesta Star starting to pick it up quickly now, and Silver Fancy over on the rails. Here's a great go. Fiesta Star took the lead. Silver Fancy the danger on the fence. Fiesta Star and Neck in front. He's going to be too strong. Fiesta Star won by a half length to Silver Fancy. Third home, Check the Deck. Then Bright Man, followed by Reckless.
Now to the main race of the day, the JJ Liston Stakes, and it's an all-the-way win to Cobra, bouncing to the lead at the start. and defying them over the final stages to run him down. Mr. Independent second, a good run by Isle of Man, and Rose of Kingston, the favourite, finishes fourth.
Outside with Count Ajax, Isle of Man and Find the Gold slow. Cobra getting up along the inside, takes up the running with Mr. Independent, Count Ajax deep. Just behind them, Bidston Hill with LA Bijou getting up into a handy spot early from Silver Bounty. Back in the centre, Proud Sapphire, followed by Isle of Man, Carrying Bush. Rose of Kingston dropped back to third last, followed by Find the Gold and Caramelise last of all. Cobra in front at the 1,000-metre mark by 2 lengths, Bidston Hill and a half. The inside, LA Bijou with the run of the race. 3/4, Mr. Independent, and trapped 3 deep now, Proud Sapphire in the centre, rather. Back along the fence, Isle of Man from Silver Bounty, Count Ajax, Find the Gold. Then Carrying Bush, Rose of Kingston, second last, going down the hill, and last of all, Caramelise. 700 out, Cobra led by a length and a half. Bidston Hill second, a length and a quarter away third, LA Bijou on the rails from Mr. Independent. A length and a half, Isle of Man on the inside of Silver Bounty, Proud Sapphire. Here's Rose of Kingston making a run on the outside now, followed by Carrying Bush. Caramelise to the outside from Count Ajax and Find the Gold. In the straight, Cobra scooted away at the 400, got 3 in front of Mr. Independent. Silver Bounty's running on out wide, Isle of Man looking for a run, and Rose of Kingston down the outside. She's still about 6 lengths off the lead. Cobra in front of the 200 from Mr. Independent. Rose of Kingston trying hard on the outside. Cobra in front, Rose of Kingston and Mr. Independent trying to pick it up. But Cobra's holding the lead near the line, and Cobra's going to land the money in the Liston Stakes. A length and a quarter to Mr. Independent. Tight for third between Rose of Kingston and Isle of Man from Find the Gold, a good run.
Race 6, the Grange Handicap. Pride of Place beats Mercy Star, and King of the Stars third. The unplaced equal favourites were Glen Sun and Prince Dalek, both starting at 2-1. Pride of Place finishes generously over the final stages to get to Mersey Star and go on to win by a head.
Prince Dalek up there with Glen Sun, Mersey Star deep. Damien's Lad dropping in behind them with Child Sarah. In that bunch, King of the Stars, followed by Ski and Do Our Deeper. Sky Castle back towards the rear with Regal Lord and Gaelic Glen. When they settle down, Pride of Place led, but joined now by Mersey Star, who takes up the running around that first turn and moved away by a length and a half. Pride of Place on the inside of Glen Sun. 2 lengths to King of the Stars on the outside of Amos and a half Prince Dalek. 2 lengths Damien's Lad with Ski and Do. A length and a half Child Sarah, followed by Gaelic Glen, Regal Lord, and 2 lengths last of all Sky Castle. Past the 600, Mersey Star by a length and a quarter to Glen Sun. King of the Stars third. Pride of the Place back to fourth now from Prince Dalek, and further back Ski and Do, Damien's Lad and Amos over near the fence. At the 400, Mersey Star 2.5 in front of Glen Sun. King of the Stars running on with Pride of the Place, and down the outside Prince Dalek is struggling, but Mersey Star's the one they've got to catch at the 200. It's 2.5 in front of Glen Sun and Pride of Place. Now it's starting to stop as Pride of Place on the outside gets to Mersey Star. Pride of Place joining in, gets to Mersey Star with 50 metres to go, and Pride of Place is going to get up and win. Pride of Place by a long neck to Mersey Star. King of the Stars might have got third just in front of Glen Sun. Then Prince Dalek.
Race 7, and the winner here was Powers Hope, the favourite Anyone Home. Finishes second, starting at 5-2. But Powers Hope was always going to win the race. Raced up at a nice handy spot, went to the lead just after they turned for home and held Anyone Home, and Academy Lass finishes third.
Worry Symbol and Prime Question a little slow. Powers Hope, one of the best out with Captain Stardust, Tricky Ricky and Birchwood over near the fence. Out wide a crossing with Prince Amiri, Anyone Home in the centre. A length away to Academy Lass midfield at past the 1,000, followed by Up Trumps. 2 lengths further back, Prime Question with Worry Symbol, Rodigan and Amaranth last of all. Racing towards the 800-metre mark, and Crossing got away by a length and a half to Powers Hope second. Third, Captain Stardust on the inside. 2 lengths, Tricky Ricky and Prince Amiri. A half, Birchwood scrubbed up on the fence. A length and a half, Anyone Home. 2 lengths, Academy Lass, followed by Rodigan, Up Trumps, and further back, Worry Symbol. Then Amaranth on the inside, and Prime Question last of all. On the point of the turn at the 500, Crossing led by a length and a quarter, Powers Hope and Captain Stardust. Birchwood off the fence is making ground. Anyone Home looking for a run. Further back in the field is Tricky Ricky running on, then a gap to Academy Lass, followed by Up Trumps. Just over 300 to go. It's Crossing still in front. Powers Hope, the tackler, on the outside. Then Captain Stardust, followed by Anyone Home. Powers Hope took the lead at the 200 from Crossing. Then Anyone Home, Academy Lass running on, but Powers Hope in front. The boy dropped his whip. I think Powers Hope holding the lead, and it's going to land the money. Tight for the miners, Academy Lass, and on the inside, Anyone Home. Out wide.
Now, the final event on the program, and the winner here was So Daring, starting at 40-1, beat Shirley's Path, who came home very strongly at the end. The favourite here was Golden Starlight, loomed up to take the lead just after they turned for home. Looked a chance at that stage, but was immediately under pressure, and So Daring, Shirley's Path and Paraparap swamped the favourite close to the line.
And getting away here, Tudolina by 3 lengths on Golden Starlight and Queen Lily. Royal Pearl next on the rails, followed by So Daring and High Dell. 2 or 3 lengths to In All Respects, followed back in the field by Shirley's Path. Then Bread Eater with By Now and hooked to the outside. Evening Mist with In Vogue, Lady Mirror, and Zamazan Fair back towards the inside with Para Parap. In the straight, Tudorlina tackled by Golden Starlight. They're two in front of So Daring, followed by Queen Lily, Hydell. Para Parap getting into the clear, running on with out wider is Evening Mist, and further back Zamazan Fair. Golden Starlight in front of So Daring. Para Parap starting to run them down quickly. It's So Daring taking the lead. Para Parap picking it up on the outside, but it's So Daring holding on to the lead. Para Parap and Shirley's Path getting to it, but too late. So Daring got the money from Shirley's Path and Para Parap. Next in Bread Eater.
Now the TAB information from the meeting yesterday at Sandown. Winning combination 6-4-6. Fiesta Star, Cobra, Powers Hope, the double 43.55, and the treble $125.80, and the extra double 7 and 14. Pride of Place and So Daring $197.20. That was Sandown. Back with David right after this break.
Elmar began brilliantly up Aki and Bowl Front going very quickly up on the outside. Miles better about midfield. Prize Lady third last. Durham Lodge next to last and decidedly at the rear. Running over the back now, about 13.50 to go. Plenty of speed on, and Parky led a length and a quarter. Bowl Front, 4 lengths further back, Golden Song. 3 lengths to Round Tripper on the inside of Elmar, followed by Miles Better going up quickly on the outside. Royal Carners next. Smoky Babylon midfield on the inside, a length and a half. Latin's Will, Daring Dancer, Prize Lady, followed by Durham Lodge. And decidedly at the tail of the field, Parky going very fast to the back turn, 1,100 metres to go. Had a break of 3 lengths over Bowl Front and Golden Song on the outside. Round Tripper, Miles Better and Elmar just behind them. Smoky Babylon on the inside of Royal Khan. Latin's Will improving, then Daring Dancer. Prize Lady, Durham Lodge, and decidedly whipping them in. Down the side, 800 metres to go, and Parky on the bit, the leader. A length and a half, Golden Song, followed by Bowl Front. Miles Better out, 3 wide. Royal Khan starting his run quickly now on the outside. Just in behind them, Elmar on the centre. Round Tripper on the fence, then Latin's Will. Prize Lady taken wide as whipping up quickly on the outside. Smoky Babylon in behind them. Durham Lodge starting a run now, followed by decidedly, and Daring Dancer at the tail. They packed right up in the corner. Around the bend, 450 metres to go, and Royal Khan moved up to join Parky, Bowl Front and Golden Song. Round Tripper in behind them, and Latin's Will pull to the outside. Durham Lodge coming home well on the outside. Smoky Babylon and now Prize Lady. Elmar driven hard at the 300 metre mark. Latin's Will got to the lead from Royal Khan. Prize Lady running home well, and so does Durham Lodge decidedly on the outside. Latin's Will in front, 100 metres to go. Prize Lady trying hard to pick up Latin's Will. Latin's Will has driven hard, too good, and Latin's Will won the money. Latin's Will beat Prize Lady, third Round Tripper. Then Royal Khan does...
Latin's Will just a little too good for Prize Lady. I thought the run by Prize Lady was quite good. She's getting close to the money. And Durham Lodge ran a fair race there. He could be getting close to another win too. And the winner a little too good. Latin's Will going to the line well over the final part, ridden by Mike Pelling. As Mike bringing him back to scale. And shortly after the weigh-in, we're able to catch up with Mike and talk about the win. Mike, did you expect him to be so far back in the early stages of that race?
No, Wayne. Ray Crossford just sort of left it in abeyance, depending on how the race was run. If there had been no pace, we would have been up there, because he's a sort of a horse that can't sprint. It's a slow run race, he can't sprint home. As it turned out, it was a fast run race, and it suited him perfectly. He was able to lob where he was comfortable and do it where he likes to do it.
All right. Now, at the finish of the race, some people doubted him a little bit, 1,800 metres. Did he seem to go to the line okay to you?
Well, I think you can't take anything away from him. He was doing as well as anything else on the line.
Yeah.
Big weight, and I don't think you can take anything away from the horse, and I don't see any reason why he can't get even 10 furlongs.
Race 6, and the winner here was Salzburg, beating Pacarine and Flight Lane. The big disappointment was Rival Planet. He started a short price favourite. He never got close to the rails. He was always out wide on the track, and he was found wanting over the final part. Good run by Flight Lane, who showed plenty of speed and battled on well.
Third with Flying Edge going to 4, settling down. Blaney Blue and Hale Sino going to the tail of the field, but racing down the side, about 900 metres to go. Rival Planet 3 wide, led the way from Pacarine, and Flight Lane in the centre. Length and a half Salzburg. Flying Edge is 3 wide. Bright Star getting a good run inside that pair. 2 lengths to Royal Box, followed by the Shoemaster. Then Zamazepha, Hale Sino, and Blaney Blue at the tail of the field. Over the crossing, 600 metres to go. Rival Planet has caught out on a limb, 3 wide. He shared the lead with Flight Lane and Pacarine on the rail. Then Salzburg, Bright Star lurking behind them. Then Flying Edge. The Shoemaster coming off the fence, starting a run now, followed by Hale Sino. And further back to Zamazepha in the straight, about 300 metres to go. Rival Planet, Flight Lane and Pacarine from Bright Star. Salzburg coming at them on the outside. Here's a great go. Packarine got to a narrow lead with 150 metres to go from Flight Lane. Bright Star, Rival Planet, Salzburg's coming home well. Packarine the leader, Salzburg flying on the outside, and yes, Salzburg, I'd say, from Packarine, third, Bright Star of Flight Lane. Then Rival Planet...
It's a little too strong at the end there, Salzburg. Nicely ridden by Graham, sitting up close to the lead and issuing his challenge about 200 metres out. The September handicap, and the winner was the 16-to-1 shot Conaghan, ridden by Ben Saunders, beating Cardi Star. And third home was Sunset Affair.
Kale Star near the inside, one of the best to go. Bakerman and Timelight got out well. Romanino well away with Lacutalon showing some early speed. Pelmace a bit about midfield. Half Scotch a little worse than midfield. Calstar getting back, and Gallen Sun is going to the tail of the field. Down the side about 850 metres to go. Lacutalon's joined now by Pelmace. Going up on the outside. Third, Calstar inside Bakerman. Timelight fifth on the outside of Conaghan. A length further back, Romanino. Kiev going up three wide. Hot Diggity in behind them, followed by Half Scotch, Sunset Affair. Calstar third last, racing down the side, and as they come over the crossing, Gallen Sun and River Rip at the tail of the field. Onto the turn, 500 metres to go, and Lacutalon's first to the turn. Led here a length to Pelmace. Calstar third, followed by Conaghan, Romanino in the inside. Bakerman about to come home well in the centre. Timelight pull to the outside, and they're followed by Kiev and Half Scotch and Sunset Affair running on. At the 300 metre mark, Lacutalon's tackled by Calstar. Conaghan finishing well on the outside, and Sunset Affair is hitting top gear. Conaghan went to the lead with 100 metres to go from Sunset Affair. Calstar kicking again. Conaghan and Calstar. They hit the line, and it's Conaghan and O's Calstar. Sunset Affair third, then Gallen Sun.
This is Ben was in a little bit of trouble over the final stages there. You can see him fumbling with the reins there. In fact, I think he got his hand caught in the mane of the horse. So it was a pretty tidy effort by Conaghan to win, to just do a little bit better than Cardi Star right on the pace. There's Ben returning to scale on Conaghan. It was the second leg of a winning double for Ray Croxford. He was successful earlier in the day with Latin's Will. Congratulations. That winds up a pretty good double for you today.
Very good, yes, Wayne, very good.
Tell us a little bit about that horse, Conaghan. You've had him now for 3 or 4 months, and you've won a few races with him, and today's effort looked good.
Yes, that's his third win for me, and on his run on Southport the other day, he got trapped in front, and just looking at the field, I gave him a big chance today.
Ray, over the final stages, Ben didn't really pull the whip on him. Things were pretty desperate. There wasn't much between him and Cardi Star. Were they under instructions not to use the whip?
Well, he's getting an old horse, and old horses get these funny things. He's a horse that doesn't like spurs, and he's not too keen on the whip. We told Ben not to use the whip unless it was desperate. And he just told me before he got off, his hand got caught up in the mane, so he couldn't get the whip out anyhow.
Boljet led at the 800 with Papal Bull, and on the outside, Captain Stardust, about a length and a half to anyone home from Magari. Then came Khan Sun and Mr. Disco on the inside. Behind them is Prince Delac, and behind them again is Gaelic Glen and Lureback with Idaho's Gift, Up Trumps and Regal Planet. Boljet and Papal Bull came away at the 500 to lead by 3 lengths to anyone home. Magari struggling, and they're followed then by Captain Stardust. Boljet just in front of Papal Bull at the 400. They're well clear of anyone home and Magari. Boljet a length clear with 200 to go. He looks to have Papal Bull beaten. Magari starting to thunder home. Boljet, however, sneaked away 2 in front. He's holding them safely. Magari is absolutely flying. Magari getting to Boljet, who's stopping. Magari's grabbing him near the line, and Magari's going to get up a mighty winner. Half length to Boljet. Papal Bull third, fourth Idaho's Gift.
The final event of the day, and the winner was Hannekes Gentleman, beating Proud Sapphire, and Triumphal March finishes third. The two of them were locked together over the final stages. They hit the line, not much between them, and the honours just going to Hannekes Gentleman at the end, beating Proud Sapphire by a short half head.
Cloverbrook 3 parts, Hannekes Gentleman, and then Sky Castle 3 deep. One away came Chide, who's made a run, but very wide all the way from Proud Sapphire, going all right, then in all respects losing ground. Paraprap to the outside from Gujarat, further back is Stookland, and then Palamine and Triumphal March. Cloverbrook led into the straight. Down towards the 400, a length to Hannekes Gentleman about to challenge. Chide out wide and Paraprap winding up. Proud Sapphire going for a run on the rails, and there followed further back by Stookland. Hannekes Gentleman got to a narrow lead, but Proud Sapphire's the danger coming at it on the outside at the 200, and it's Hannekes Gentleman a length to Proud Sapphire, who's picking it up rapidly. Hannekes Gentleman joined by Proud Sapphire on the outside. Hannekes Gentleman ahead in front. Proud Sapphire coming strongly at it, draws level near the line. It's a bobbing finish. Oh, jeepers creepers. Nearly a dead heat, this. Proud Sapphire and Hannekes Gentleman and Triumphal March flew home for third from...
Yes, it was pretty close, and Hannekes Gentleman just getting the decision over Proud Sapphire at the end. Now, the double... It was the unplaced favourite in this race, raced a little disappointingly too. Kindly Thought at 7-4.
Century Malanudo from Patton Prince off the track is Kindly Thought. A length the Bold Roller held up, and then Raffalesque. Second last is Alvin, and Stanford not travelling well at the moment whips them in around the corner, and Hermod shows the way. Lakeworth second, third Super Century from Baron Kane, then Centenaire, Lucky Century on the outside, and the widest runner, and under the whip is Kindly Thought putting in his claim. 200 to go. Johnston pulls the whip on Hermod. In second position, Baron Kane, followed by Kindly Thought on the outside, but it's Hermod in front, 100 left to go. On the inside, one of the stablemates, Kiamare, running on Hermod, still the leader, close to home. Hermod, I feel, has just lasted to beat the fast-finishing Kiamare. Very tight, however. Third, Sky Cherub, then Baron Kane, Lakeworth.
Now to the Chelmsford Stake, and the winner, Rare Form, beating Gurner's Lane and Artist Man. Kingston Town, the 11-4 on favourite, finishing fourth.
To begin from Rare Form, Tomaszek and Tarni's Pride. Then on the outside, Port Carling making ground quickly over Artist Man, and Gurner's Lane had dropped out to last. Well, Port Carling establishing a good speed. He's one of the stablemates of Kingston Town in the event, and as they sweep into the back straight and travel to the 1400, Port Carling in front, taken on now by Artist Man, with Kingston Town in third position. A half-length Tarni's Pride on his outside, a length and a half to Rare Form around Mysore Avon. Tomaszek second last, and Gurner's Lane at the rear. At the 1200 metres, and the pilot is Port Carling, loping along at an even clip by a length and a half. Artist Man is racing second, in third position Kingston Town. A half to Tarni's Pride on the outside, but a couple then to Mysore Avon. Rare Form the outer, and the last pair are Gurner's Lane and Tomaszek. Onto the side of the track now as they pass the 900 metres and travel towards the crossing, and Port Carling allowed a little bit more rain. He's 2 lengths on Artist Man. A length to Kingston Town in third position, followed by Tarni's Pride. One further back is Rare Form from Mysore Avon. Second last is Gurner's Lane, and Tomaszek last back about 8 lengths from the leader, which is Port Carling. Now as they come down the side of the track, Kingston Town in need of a run here, and at the 550, the pilot is Port Carling, about a neck on Tarni's Pride. In third position now, getting a split between the 2 leaders, Artist Man and Kingston Town, bailed in behind them fourth, followed by Rare Form whipping up on the outer, and then Mysore Avon. Johnston can't get out on Kingston Town. He's pratted back to third last. There's no hope of him getting clear. Rare Form has shot to the lead. Kingston is not out yet. Gurner's Lane moving to second. Kingston Town can't get a crack at them. He's gone. Rare Form in front in the Chelmsford. Gurner's Lane running on, but all too late. And as they hit the peg, it's Rare Form. Rare Form beat Gurner's Lane. Artist Man third. Kingston Town, a tragedy. He's run fourth, didn't get a...
And I brought to an end that winning sequence in Sydney. He was going for 23 straight Sydney wins yesterday, but out of a place, Kingston Town. The Furious Stakes, the winner Explicit, beating I Like Diamonds, in third, Blazing Silks.
On Obey. Blazing Silks is moving up quickly with Explicit, and then White Wine, Space Vision, followed by Caviar Girl. 2 lengths to Biscalow, Flighty Girl, and then a length's gap to Confessions, followed by Parlayuba. Terry Miss Coy Maid. Second last is Sky Rain, and Absolute is Arctic Return. Onto the course proper, 1,000 to go, and Little Edwards has Blazing Silks bowling along in a strung out field. A length on Space Vision, nearly 5 lengths Explicit third, 2 I Like Diamonds. A length to Obey, followed by Caviar Girl, White Wine Court Deeper, and then Biscalow, followed by Flighty Girl, Terry Miss. The outside is Parlayuba. 2 Confessions, Coy Made, about 6 Sky Rain, and 4 lengths to Arctic Return. At the 600 metres, and Blazing Silks has streaked out to a lead of 3 lengths Space Vision. 2 to Explicit, a length and a half I Like Diamonds. Quinton had a look over at the horse on the outside, the stablemate White Wine. A length and a quarter away next, Caviar Girl, followed on the inside by Obey, and then Terry Miss. Blazing Silks at the 250, about 3 lengths on Explicit, I Like Diamonds, followed by White Wine. They're starting to close in on Blazing Silks, Explicit, and I Like Diamonds going after a particularly Explicit. Cook pulls the whip on Explicit. It claims Blazing Silks. I Like Diamonds on the outside, can't reach Explicit, and Explicit has won it. Explicit from I Like Diamonds, Blazing Silks third, fourth White Wine.
Race 5, the Tatts played, and the winner was Peninsula, a little too good for Wellington Road. Under the circumstances, his run was good. He was 5 lengths behind the second last horse early, He makes up plenty of ground over the final part, never looked likely to win. Rio de Janeiro finishes third. Red Nose, the favourite, starting at 2-1, fourth home Red Nose.
Red Nose, then Royal Scenario losing ground over Ellipse, Wellington Road and Fabuloso's last, nearing the corner, and the pilot in luck again, being rated well in front by De Montfort. How's he going to run home the last 450? Is he going to be able to manage it? And straightening up, it's in luck now, being taken on by Peninsula. Third is Rio de Janeiro. Red Nose is under the whip, and then Wellington Road, who's run a big race. Peninsula's headed in luck. He's gone in luck, and Peninsula kicked away. At the distance, it's Peninsula, a length and a half, Rio de Janeiro, followed by Wellington Road on the outside. Forget the others, but Peninsula. Harris is riding hard. Rio de Janeiro's not going to reach him, and then Wellington Road, and it's Peninsula winning well. Peninsula has beaten Rio de Janeiro. Wellington Road has run a great third, coming from tailed off last.
Race 6, the Roman Consul Stakes. Good finish here between Andretti and Rosebrook. And cool ride by Peter Cook, just keeping that last little bit there for the end. And a very cool ride by Kevin Langby on Rosebrook.
Masqué right behind the leaders now, followed by a bold performance and then Fairy God. Son of Ale second last, 2 lengths Penhagen. Along past the 700 and the former New Zealander Andretti leads out now. Carrioy Star second, Food for Thought third, Rosebrook fourth on the rail. A length to Make Mine Dollars, Masqué to the outside, 2 then to Fairy God, Son of Ale, bold performance and Penhagen. Into the stretch at the 400 metres, and Andretti taken on by Carrioy Star. Rosebrook going up on the inside. A length and a half then to Food for Thought, and Quinton's had to go for the whip on Masqué. He's back running in 5th position. Here is little Rosebrook charging along the fence. She's looking for 5 straight. She joins Andretti. They've come away, Rosebrook and Andretti. Andretti on the outside doing a little bit better than the filly, and Andretti comes away. Andretti has beaten Rosebrook, close between Carrioy Star and Fairy God for third, then Son of Ale.
Race 7, the winner was Conqueror, starting at 5-1. The favourite here passed the baton. He finished a long way down the line, started at 2-1, was heavily supported past the baton. Rest disappointingly. Boulder's Brass second, Pagma Mahal third.
Followed by Alvaro Boy, and Proud Onyx is tailed off as they wheel for home. 400 out up the rise, Boulder's Brass 2.5, Pagma Mahal on the rail. Calico Chief starting to hang, followed by Conqueror getting a split, and behind them next is Ambush, followed by Fox Hunt. At the 200, Boulder's Brass 2 in front. Here's Conqueror starting to steam down the outer. It's still Boulder's Brass in front, Conqueror on the outside, coming very quickly. He's going like a winner, Conqueror. He grabs Boulder's Brass. He's coming away, Conqueror. And he finally makes it for a win, Conqueror. Conqueror from Boulder's Brass, third Pagma Mahal, and fourth was Fox Hunt.
In the Tramway Handicap, Peter Cook made it a winning treble when he was able to get Tuna 2 home first. Finishes very strongly out in the middle of the track, and goes away from them over the last little bit to beat Shirako and Beach Boy. Beach Boy ran on fairly well. Dalmacia, the favourite here, at 3-1.
Second Latin Saint, 3 deep is no to victory. A length the Prince Tatnam on the fence, followed by Luna Flame. Shirako making ground and locked away badly as Dalmacia. A length Tuna 2, then Domino from Beach Boy and Absolute Co as they turn. At the 400 in the Tramway Handicap, and Macro Boy just leading Latin Saint, no to victory on the outside. Prince Tatnam looking for the out, and Shirako coming into it. Luna Flame next from Tuna 2, and Dalmacia getting a split. There are chances galore past the 200. Tuna 2 on the outside's taken the lead. What a run by Tuna 2. He's going to win it, I reckon. Is he what? He's coming away from Shirako, and then comes Beach Boy flying into third place, but Tuna 2 missed the start, but a mile too good at the end. Tuna 2's beaten Shirako. Third was Beach Boy, then Dalmacia, Macro.
Well, that was the meeting yesterday at Randwick. Here's the TAB information. Winning combination for double and treble. It was 5-4-9. Explicit, Peninsula, Conqueror. The double paid $28.10 and the treble $121.05. That was Sydney. After this break, the opening event, the Mean Handicap, and the winner was Mansion Downs, beating the favourite Lanessa. Lanessa started at 3-1, and third home in the race was Welshar, who led into the straight but weakened in the last little bit.
Joining in on the outside, a length and a half to Mansion Downs, followed by My King's Honour. Telefers running on fairly, Lanessa struggling, and further back Fair Battle. Near the turn, Welshar got away by a length and a half here to Zamazan Fair the inside. Evening missed out wider, followed by Mansion Downs, and further back to My King's Honour. But in the straight, Welshar going for 2 wins in a week, led by 2 lengths to Evening Mist. Mansion Downs running on out wider, followed by Zamazan Fair, then Lanessa. Halfway down the straight, Welshar still in front. Mansion Downs is picking it up, though, and race to the lead with 100 to go. And Mansion Downs, despite pulling hard, is coming away to win by 2 lengths to Lanessa second. Third home, Welshar, followed by Zamazan Fair and Evening Mist.
The second event of the winner was Honey Behold, leading all the way. Honey Behold, and scores quite easily. The big wrap here was for Rom Stiletto. They put a bundle on this to start odds-on favourite. Ran into a fair bit of trouble during the race too and runs on only fairly at the end to get up and run fourth.
On the turn behind it, well-dressed, formal invitation and Telos. Honey Behold going well on the turn, led by a couple of lengths now to Lemon Sorbet. Under the whip is Suggester, followed further back by Rose of Hawa, but Honey Behold's got away near the 200, led by 3 lengths on Lemon Sorbet. Rom Stiletto couldn't win, but Honey Behold well clear halfway down the straight. Larker Cott's battling on from Rose of Hawa and getting home Pam Zell. Now Rom Stiletto into the clear, but Honey Behold's going to win easily. Honey Behold won by 2.5 lengths to Larker Cott second. Third home Rose of Hawa, then Rom Stiletto, Lemon Sorbet, Pam Zell.
Now to the third race, and the winner here by Papal Bull, ridden by Brent Thompson. Too good at the end, starting the favourite at 2-1, beating Mr Disco and Steel Armour.
Steel Armour getting away quickly down near the inside. And Steel Armour moving up with Mr Disco pushing up in the centre, and it's going to take up the running early. Mr Disco by a length to Steel Armour, and a length and a half Papal Bull settling third. They're already 4 in front of Bit of a Snob, followed by Bold Commodore, Niarco King. 4 then to Very Vague, and a length to Fiery Boy. Going very fast at the 800. Mr Disco by a length and a half Steel Armour. 3/4 the outside Papal Bull. 4 lengths away Bold Commodore. On the outside of Bit of a Snob scrubbed up. 2 lengths Niarco King. 8 lengths away then to Very Vague, and 2 lengths to Fiery Boy. Near the turn, 500 out. Mr Disco joined now on the outside by Steel Armour. 2 lengths to Papal Bull on the outside, and 3 to Bold Commodore and Bit of a Snob, and 2 to Niarco King. On the point of the turn, Steel Armour joining Mr Disco. Papal Bull waiting to pounce just behind them, and 2 or 3 lengths to Bit of a Snob and Bold Commodore. Just over 200 to go. Steel Armour took the lead now from Mr Disco. Papal Bull under his big weight is joining in on the outside. Papal Bull and Mr Disco finding plenty on the rails. Papal Bull took the lead with 100 to go. He's starting to draw away the top weight, and Papal Bull moved away to win by a length and a half Mr Disco. Steel Armour was weakening in the straight and finished third, followed by Bold Commodore. Bit of a
Race 4, the winner here was Brightman, quite impressive, ridden by Robert Heffernan. The George Hanlon trained Brightman scores an easy win, beating Cito, and Holsand finishes third. The winner Brightman, the favourite at 9-4.
Moronti still out deep, racing roughly, followed by Nordic Chief the centre. Then came in Croach, and further back Holsam from Great Flood, and on the outside Nahodkin near the turn. Brightman the leader by 3/4 to Cito, who's starting to struggle. Moronti's out deep on the track from Nordic Chief. Yarra Gambler battling on, but Brightman got away in the straight, led by a length and a half to Cito. 2 lengths to Nordic Chief, followed by Moronti. Yarra Gambler got a bad check, then Encroach, and Raffoon followed further back by Holsam and Great Flood. But Brightman at the hundreds going easily. Heffernan hasn't gone for the whip yet, and Brightman's going to lead all the way and win impressively. Brightman by 3 lengths to Cito, 2 lengths away third Holsam. Then Nordic Chief, followed by Encroach, Great Flood, Raffoon. Next in Yarra Gambler.
Now to the big one of the day, the Memsey Stakes, and the great win by the champion, Manikato. Here's the replay coming up.
Jumped perfectly too. Corobeau and Manikato, 2 of the best out. They're going to have a great challenge for the early lead. They've settled down 3 in front of Lawman, followed by Galley and Binbinga. Out wider Al Lorena, 2 lengths to Our Planet, and a length Boctazan. Going very fast on top of the hill. Corobeau led by a length and a quarter Manikato. They're 5 in front of Galleon, 3 to Lawman, followed by Al Lorena the outside, a length and a half Binbinga. They're going like the wind out in front, 6 lengths away to Our Planet, and Boctazan at the rear. Down the side at the 800, Corobeau led by a length to Manikato. 2 lengths to Galleon. They're starting to catch up to these leaders. 2 away to Lawman on the inside of Al Lorena. A couple to Binbinga, and 6 to Our Planet and Boctazan. 600 out. Corobeau led by 3/4 to Manikato, pulling up on the outside. Galleon starting to move up on the outside now to make a line of 3, 2 lengths to Lawman. On the inside, Binbinga's making ground, a length and a half to Al Lorena. 3 to Our Planet and Boctazan at the rear. On the point of the turn, 400 out, Manikato moved up to join Corobeau, who's under extreme pressure. Galleon waiting to pounce on their outside. 3 lengths to Lawman, followed by Binbinga and Al Lorena. In the straight, Manikato took the lead. Galleon the challenger on the outside from Corobeau, and Lawman's running on only fairly. At the 200, Willits goes for the whip, but Manikato's finding plenty. He's got a length and a half on Galleon, and Manikato in front. Galleon making another dive, then Lawman, but Manikato's going to hold on and win the Memsey by 3/4 to Galleon. Third home, 2 lengths away, Lawman, then Al Lorena, who made up some ground from Binbinga Corobeau.
He's a great horse, great fighter, Manikato. Race 6, and the winner here was Pleach, another favourite successful. Pleach beating Royal Billy, and third in was Royal Regatta. Pleach starting at 11-4.
A length and a half, Tranquilita, followed by Olive Branch, who can't keep up, and 2 lengths last of all, Working Lady. Near the turn, and Velvet Rocket led by a couple of lengths here to Pleach. A length and a half to Taj Bell from Royal Regatta, and So Like Bell out wider. Further back, Royal Billy and Olive Branch starting to make a bit of ground, but Velvet Rocket led them into the straight. Pleach the danger on the outside, moving up to tackle it, and further back, Royal Regatta. Royal Billy's running home strongly. Then Taj Bell out wider and Olive Branch racing greenly, but Pleach in front inside the 200 from Royal Billy and Royal Regatta. Pleach holding the lead near the line. Royal Billy and Royal Regatta trying to pick it up, but Pleach holds on to win by a length to Royal Billy. A neck away third, Royal Regatta. 3 lengths, Taj Bell, followed by Olive Branch.
Race 7, the winner was Centricity. He's been a great money spinner for Connections, and another good win yesterday to Centricity. He beats the favourite Worry Symbol, who was the medium of heavy support. Power Chord finishes third.
Two of the best out with Fearless Pride and Carringbush up there early with Chesterfield, and Jambo getting across from the outside, going up towards the leaders past the 600, and the New Zealander takes over. Jambo led by a length now, Lady Ice and Chesterfield. Carringbush fourth from Gala Mascot, the rails, and on the outside, Worry Symbol. Back in the centre, Power Chord from Fearless Pride and Amaranth. Further back, Centricity. On the outside, Bread Eater, followed by Passatempo. Gun for Fun, back third last with Coiro Trelay. And last of all, Kingborough. Climbing the hill, Jambo by a length and a quarter to Lady Ice on the inside of Chesterfield. A length and a half, Carringbush in a forward spot today, followed by Gala Mascot, fifth on the rails. Half length the outside, Worry Symbol, who's trapped deep, followed by Power Chord. Then Centricity around Fearless Pride, Amaranth around the outside, 3 wide, followed by Bread Eater. Gun for Fun's taking off, racing down the side, followed further back by Kingborough. Passatempo back to second last, and with it Coiro Trelay. At the 900 down the side, Jambo led, joined now by Carringbush, who moved up on the outside. Just behind them, Worry Symbol. Over near the centre, just behind the leaders, is Chesterfield, followed by Lady Ice. Gun for Fun's made a run around the outside, followed by Power Chord. Gala Mascot pushed back along the fence from Kingborough Centricity, and further back Bread Eater with Fearless Pride. Jambo booted up along the inside to take the lead once again, nearing the turn from Worry Symbol and Carringbush coming out after it on the outside. Gun for Fun deep. Further back, Lady Ice, followed by Power Chord, Kingborough. Around the home turn, Jambo the inside from Carringbush, who's starting to struggle. Worry Symbol joining in, and Centricity down the outside, running on strongly, followed by Gun for Fun. Gala Mascot looking for a run, and Power Chord running home strongly. At the 200, Centricity and Worry Symbol together from Jambo. Gun for Fun getting home quickly with Power Chord. Centricity in front, holding on to the lead from Worry Symbol, and Centricity won by a neck to Worry Symbol. Power Chord got third on the outside from Gun for Fun. Jambo.
Good run in that race, Gun for Fun. He was third last in the early stages. The race made up plenty of ground to finish fourth. The last race, the Petrobus Welter, Soldier of Fortune, too good for Cross Scene, and Sweet and Fast. The big tip here, Pro Royale, disappointing Wiggins right out of it at the end.
Sweet and Fast getting closer. Then further back, Devil Dodger, followed then by Flights, Flash, Habsburg and Sir Galahad. On the home turn, Soldier of Fortune tackling Pro Royale, who's on the inside still. They straighten up together, but now Soldier of Fortune shoots away from Crossine. Pro Royale's gone. Then came Chief Admiral, followed by Sweet and Fast and Devil Dodger. Soldier of Fortune in front inside the 200 from Crossine. Sweet and Fast getting home strongly, but Soldier of Fortune holding on to the lead. Crossine trying to pick it up, but Soldier of Fortune still in front. He'll win. The top weight gets there by 3/4 to Crossine. Third home, Sweet and Fast. Then came further back on the outside, Noble Comment.
All right, that was the Caulfield program. Now the TAB information from Caulfield. Winning combination for the double and treble, 6, 1 and 5. Bright Man, Manikato, Centricity. The double paid $10 and the treble 64.25. And the extra double at Caulfield, 2 and 1. Pleach and Soldier of Fortune, $12. Performance of Grosvenor in the Gloaming Stakes. We'll come up to that a little later. The first event, and the winner here was Emancipation. Now, this filly looks pretty good. She was just off the pace coming to the corner, but she didn't really hit top gear until about 100 metres from home, and she rattles to the post at the end.
Looking for the gap as they swing round the corner. 400 metres to go, and Popular leads 3/4 of a length on Captain Piper. In third position, Dragnet trying to get through, followed by Jade Lace. Emancipation's out now, and then Dear Diane, followed by So Good, coming to the 200, and here's the favourite, Emancipation, putting in the long strides, gobbles up those on her inside very quickly, and Emancipation is a great filly. She's streaking clear of Captain Piper, followed by Dragnet and Popular, and Emancipation wins well. Emancipation from a tight finish between Captain Piper, Dragnet and Popular, then Bold Trio.
Young Blood wins the second race in a tight finish, just beating Toxo. Toxo raced up in the lead the early stage, inclined to hang as they came around the corner just a little bit. It didn't do his chances any good, but he fights on gamely in the straight, but Young Blood was just a little too good for him. Young Blood starting at 16 to 1, Toxo 13 to 8. Now Vibrant runs on fairly well to finish third.
Blue, and a good margin, Lacey Ben dropping out of it from Varvara, and then Mr. Bunchy and High Midnight around the corner, and Toxo, horse off the fence. He's hanging a little. He's being taken on by Young Blood on the outside, and Heliotrope's run off the track. Now as they come past the 250, Young Blood is the leader. A half half-length Toxo, I'm Special on the rail, and then now Vibrant followed by Scorpio. 3 in line, I'm Special fighting back on the fence, Toxo and Young Blood, and now Vibrant coming at them on the outside. Young Blood and Toxo, and Young Blood's won the money. Young Blood's 1.5 head to Toxo. Third now Vibrant, then I'm Special, Scorpio.
Race 3, Irish Bell got out with a long lead in the early and middle part of the race and fought on gamely over the final stages. Never really looked like being beaten. Entre Nous runs on fairly well. Corobeau was the favourite at 13 to 8.
Lengths on down Derry. 2 further back is Royal Scenario. Caliph is starting to make some ground, and then Sporting Prince. Entre Nous second last, and 5 lengths to Splash a Dollar. Into the stretch at the 400 metres, and Irish Bell straightens for the run of the judge. About 3 lengths clear. Down Derry second, followed by Caliph. Entre Nous the outside. Sporting Prince is next. Coming past the 220, Rings pulled the whip on Irish Bell. It's still about 3 lengths on Caliph, grinding away, and then comes Sporting Prince, followed by Entre Nous. Irish Bell in front with 100 metres to go. Entre Nous on the outside's not finishing quickly enough, and a clever ride by Ring on Irish Bell sees that mare win and win well.
Now to the Gloaming Stakes, and Mick was caught out a little wide on Grosvenor in the run to the first corner, so he let him slide up on the outside of the leader, went to the front on the corner and pushed hard over the final stages. He was a little too good, beating Galoso, and third was Cossack Prince.
Northern Reward away quickly with Lucky Century. Hermod is burning over, followed by Cossack Prince, getting a tag over behind Hermod. Behind those horses next Grosvenor, 1.5 to Foreign Interest Veloso, then Pochinella going through between horses. Zephyr Cool next from Kindly Thought, Kiamare, Sky Cherub and Malvita is last. They swing into the first corner and go along past the 1,500 metres, and Hermod shows the way, but Grosvenor's having a crack at him on the outside, and into the back straight, Hermod and Grosvenor. 1.5 Cossack Prince taking the sit behind Grosvenor. The fence is Northern Reward, and 1.5 to Foreign Interest. On the rail is Lucky Century, followed by Kiamare, moving up 3 deep, and then Morna lower. A length below, so on the inside of Gregarious, then Pochinella. Kindly Thought from Sky Cherub. Second last is Zephyr Cool, and 1.5 to Malvita. On towards the far corner at the 1,000 metres, and Hermod makes play. A half length on Grosvenor, 1.5 away. Third is Northern Reward, followed by Cossack Prince in the middle. Going up 3 wide still is Kiamare after a length and 3/4 to Lucky Century. A length further back, Foreign Interest, then comes on the inside rail Veloso, followed on the outside next by Gregarious. A length into Morna lower on the inside, losing ground, and Pochinella going away from it. After 1 to Sky Cherub and Kindly Thought, and a good way back Zephyr Cool and Malvita. Travelling along past the 500 and in the direction of the corner in the Gloaming Stakes. Little between Hermod on the inside and Grosvenor. Kiamare third. In the centre next is Cossack Prince, followed by Northern Reward. A length in to Lucky Century, Veloso to the outside, and then Pochinella, but Grosvenor race to the lead past the ledger. It's Grosvenor in front, 1.5 Cossack Prince, and Veloso running on at the 200 and inside that point, and Grosvenor 1.5 Cossack Prince and Veloso. Dittman riding like a man inspired on Grosvenor. Veloso trying to pick him up. Grosvenor still in front, and Grosvenor wins the Gloaming. It's Grosvenor by a half length to Veloso. Third Cossack Prince followed a long way back by...
Race 5, the Rosehill Cup. Bourbon Boy successful, beating Lancelotto. Lancelotto comes home gamely at the end, but couldn't get Bourbon Boy. Lordship finished third. The favourite disappointing, Artist Man at 11 to 4.
1.5 lengths away, third Wrong Page. Lancelotto the middle, and Lloydsville goes up 3 deep, and then Powerful Prince from Zingalong. Lordship scrubbed up, and then Proud Onyx. Sean's Pride on the outside. Third last Artist Man from Conqueror, and Cargo last of all, back about 10 lengths from the leader In Luck. Down the side and going past the 650, and In Luck 3/4 Bourbon Boy. A length the Lancelotto. Powerful Prince is coming around the outside, followed by Wrong Paid Zingalong. Then Proud Onyx. On the outside is Lloydsville. 2 to Conqueror. Lordship followed by Sean's Pride. Cargo going to the outer, and Artist Man is back second last, in fact, with a wall of horses in front of him, and is over on the inside rail. Straightening up past the ledger, and the pilot is In Luck. He's a length on Bourbon Boy, followed by Lancelotto, Powerful Prince, Wrong Paid Zingalong, and Lordship. Artist Man's got 4 behind him. At the 150, Bourbon Boy raced up to In Luck. It's Bourbon Boy taking the lead from In Luck, followed by Lancelotto and Lordship. Bourbon Boy in front. Lancelotto's coming quickly. Bourbon Boy hanging on his home. Bourbon Boy from Lancelotto tight for third. Lordship and In Luck followed.
Race 6, the Theo Marks Quality Tsar Royal, brilliantly ridden by Peter Cook, at a lovely run on the rails, tackled the leader about 200 metres out, went on to score, beating Clear Apollo, Manu in third, Grey Receiver the disappointment, he was the favourite at 11 to 8.
Brewery Boy, Grey Receiver's working up quickly, he's going into second position, although they've got him pratted 3 deep, and last is Beach Boy. At the end of 250 metres, and Clear Apollo shows out by a length and a quarter on Grey Receiver. 3/4 Desire Royal on the fence, a length the Brewery Boy, 1 to Manuan, Beach Boy's on the fence, and Nordic Prince close up in last position. Only about 6 lengths would cover the field as they swing round the first corner, and Clear Apollo the leader by about a length exactly on Grey Receiver. Third on the rail is Tsar Royal, followed by Brewery Boy in the middle, and Manuan is out 3 deep, Beach Boy hugging the rail, at a length the Nordic Prince. Not a lot of change in order, travelling towards the 600 metres in the Theo Marks and Clear Apollo. She is about 3/4 of a length to a half length on Grey Receiver, staying right in touch with the leader. A length third is Tsar Royal, followed by Brewery Boy, Manuan, a length the Beach Boy, and last of all as they swing Nordic Prince. 420 left to go, and the speed is on now, with Clear Apollo taken on in earnest by Grey Receiver. In third position, Manuan, Tsar Royal over on the rail, followed by Nordic Prince at the 250. Quinton riding a heady race on Clear Apollo. Grey Receiver, it can't win. It's Clear Apollo the leader. Tsar Royal getting out to go after Clear Apollo, and then Manuan. Tsar Royal is pegging back Clear Apollo. Tsar Royal raced up to Clear Apollo. Another Theo Marks for Peter Cook. Tsar Royal's too good. Tsar Royal has beaten Clear Apollo. Manuan ran a good third, then Beach Boy.
Race 7, the winner May Be Lucky, beating Native Victory. Native Victory tried hard to lead all the way, but couldn't hold off May Be Lucky at the end. Prince Granada third, Mosgiel the favourite, 3 to 1 down the line.
A length the May Be Lucky, followed by Lady Eula 3 deep, and nearer to the inside is Prince Granada, and behind those horses next is Honey Glow, straightening up a Note of Victory. He's about 3/4 of a length to a length on Mosgiel, and Quinton goes for the whip. May Be Lucky putting in his claim on the outside, and behind them Honey Glow looking for the out, and then Lady Eula. May Be Lucky on the outside, put the head in front of Note of Victory. He's battling back Note of Victory. May Be Lucky's a half head in front of Note of Victory. May Be Lucky's doing too well for Note of Victory and Prince Granada, and it's May Be Lucky winning. May Be Lucky from Note of Victory, third posse Prince Granada, followed by Gaelic.
Now to the last race of the day, and a very impressive win here by My Jeweller. This horse flashes home at the end. Aces was nicely clear about 200 metres out, but My Jeweller comes right down the outside to score and score easily. Royal Equerry third, Our Shout, the unpost favourite at 10 to 9.
Followed on the inside rail by Tsar King. Our Shout's about 5 and 6 wide and is being pushed along, and Royal Equerry and Cantu Lad have gone past it with Imperial Rain. Our Shout going backwards, and as they come past the 200, Aces accelerates 2 lengths, Royal Equerry running on, and so too is Imperial Rain. My Jeweller coming right down the outside, but it's Aces in front. My Jeweller is swamping it, however. My Jeweller right over the top of Aces, and another win to the Kiwis. My Jeweller from Aces and Royal Equerry, then came Kudu and...
Right, now the TAB information from the meeting yesterday at Rosehill. Combination for the double and treble, 210, 6 Grosvenor, Bourbon Boy May Be Lucky. The double paid $157.30, and the treble paid $583.55. The extra double in Sydney, 3 and 13, Tsar Royal and My Jeweller, $53.50. That was Rosehill. After this break, we'll be back to have a look at the meeting yesterday. The return to racing by Rancher and his win in the Ascot Vale Stakes. But a lot of people are of the opinion that the next time he clashes with Top of the Pack, well, Top of the Pack might be able to square things up with him. It's certainly making for an interesting spring racing. The opening event, the Steeple, Elanora Girl, a little too good for them here. The short price favourite, 5 to 4 on, beating Vanuatu and Acharis Lad third.
But Elanora Girl, relishing her task, comes to the second last, about 8 lengths in front now. Draws to it, jumped it magnificently. 8 lengths to Castle Glen and Wainui, 2 to Vacuum, 3 or 4 Acharis Lad. Then Venite, Ice Block and Small Serve. 500 to go, 1 to jump. Elanora Girl about 6 or 7 lengths in front of the grey Castle Glen. O'Sullivan nursing the mare along to it. She comes to it 8 lengths in front now. Draws to it. Jumped it beautifully, about 8 lengths to Castle Glen. I told you before the race, if you've ever seen a horse that relishes its job, it's this one, Elanora Girl. She loves it. And at the 200, she's 10 lengths in front of Acharis Lad running on from Castle Glen, and Venite making a bit of ground. But this bonny steeple-chasing mare, Elanora Girl, end for ends them and wins the Guildford steeplechase by 10 lengths. A good battle for the Miners. Venite's flashing up on the inside of Acharis Lad, and they nearly dead heated for second. About 6 lengths away, Castle Glen Vacuum, then 10 lengths...
The second event of the day, the 100 to 1 shot Bare Fist was able to beat Ascot, and Lady Plutus finishes third. Quite a good run by Ascot. He tried very hard in the straight to pick up the leader, but he just wasn't equal to the occasion. The favourite here, Noble Falcon, 11-4.
Monarch is getting out now to go after it from Noble Falcon. Commando switched to the outside, and they were followed by Ascot starting to make a run at the 400, and by the leader is still Barefist, 2 lengths to Monarch. On the outside, Noble Falcon hard ridden. Ascot starting to come home well. Commando can't go on with it, and then Lady Plutus from the rear, but Barefist still 2.5 in front with 200 to go. He's gone for the whippers. Ascot starting to peg it back, and they were followed by Lady Plutus with a strong run. Barefist tackled by Ascot with 50 to go. Ascot trying to get on terms. It's going to be close. Barefist's ahead in front as they near the line. Ascot's grabbing it, won't make it. Barefist won at a short half head to Ascot. A length to Lady Plutus third, 4 lengths to...
Race 3, and the winner was Happy Road. He raced up in a prominent position most of the way. A little too good for Ari Ladd at the end. Dynamo, the favourite, was a little bit green, went about a little bit in the straight, came home strongly to be beaten about 3/4 of a length. Even though failed yesterday, is sure to return for that defeat shortly.
Happy Road, the challenger from Abdullah Bulbul. Afghan's Idol, Silver Fancy trying to get through, and Dynamo's about 15 wide on the track with measured tread. With 300 to go, R.A. Ladd tackled by Happy Road. Then Abdullah Bulbul. Dynamo racing very greenly in 4th place. I don't think he can catch these leaders. It's R.A. Ladd and Happy Road together, 3 lengths to Dynamo. Starting to come home pretty well, but as green as grass. R.A. Ladd and Happy Road going together. Happy Road the outside, R.A. Ladd the fence. Happy Road a nose in front. Dynamo flying, but Happy Road won at a short head to R.A. Ladd. Dynamo probably should have won by a minute, 3/4 of a length away, still as green as grass.
Race 4, the winner was Lanessa, ridden by Harry White, and this is a beautiful ride. He was parked just behind the pace on the fence, and he got a dream run just after they straightened up to shoot through and go to the lead. He rode Lanessa very confidently in the straight, just going for her over the last little bit and went on to score easily.
Evening Mist went up 3 deep. They've got Lanessa in a pocket, but there's a run comes as Palace Charm leaves the rails. They're followed now by Benbrook and Zamazan Fair. Lanessa got a George Moore whistle run to take the lead at the 400 by 2 lengths. 2 Palace Charm, Evening Mist the outside, Zamazan Fair and Benbrook running on, but Lanessa got 3 lengths clear with 300 to go. Rubicon getting out, starting to run on. Oh, but Lanessa's had the race presented to it. With 100 to go, it's well home. Zamazan Fair running into 2nd place from Rubicon, but Lanessa wins about 3 lengths to Zamazan Fair. Rubicon got 3rd. Grey Spectre came home for 4th. Then
now to race 5 in the win by Rancher, and it was a great performance. 58.5 kilos on his back first up. Down the straight 6 at Flemington, and G's a top horse. Very good run by top of the pack to finish 2nd. Rancher the favourite, 7-4
on the fence too, and he's showing a lot of speed with Lacar. Rancher out about 6 off the fence, just in front of Warchest at the 1,000 from Lacar Covetous. Buonarroti's moved up on the outside to be about 4th, and then came top of the pack. Mazorski back behind them, and then came Ruling Blood at the head of the others. Anchors in his last as they went past the 800. Rancher in front, wants to go faster. A length to Warchest and Buonarroti, a length away then top of the pack. Next Covetous, followed then behind those horses by Ruling Blood, and back behind them Mazorski. 600 to go. Rancher about a length in front of Covetous, and in between them now moving through is Warchest. Out wide at top of the pack, hard ridden from Mazorski and Covetous. Rancher just in front at the 400. Warchest tackling him strongly. Buonarroti next, but Rancher kicked away.